Hello and welcome to Gaming Again. My name is Muzz and I'm just out the shower. That's why my hair is wet. I thought I had more time to do this. Turns out I don't. So I'm going to go over what my thoughts are for the PlayStation 5, the PlayStation Showcase it's just called. So give my thoughts on what I expect to be there, and then I'll do a segment then where it's just me throwing my hopes and dreams out there for what might actually appear in this. So let's just get into it. This feels like a bigger event than just your standard state of play showcase. You know, they must be showing off some games, 40 minutes as well. And if it's anything like the state of plays, it's just going to be game after game after game. So maybe expecting quite a lot. I don't know, but we will see. The first one, the big one, God of War. Now, was supposed to be released this year, the new God of War. Ragnarok unfortunately hasn't, and I expect it to be kind of pushed further into 2022, which is fine. I just wish they would stop giving dates, and then because games are so bad for that. Game developers and publishers are so bad for giving a date and then pushing it back. You know, just release it when you're actually nailed on that you've got it. But hopefully going to see some more for this. Give us a date maybe, or a time frame for when it will come out. I predict it will come out kind of just before the summer 2022, similar to when it came out 2018, 2019, I can't remember. But anyway, God of War, expecting to see that there. Yeah, I think it's the right time for it. Horizon 2, certainly going to see that there. We had a state of play dedicated just to it. The game looks fantastic. The game looks, yeah, it looks like it's going to make a leap in terms of the graphical fidelity, the kind of the foliage. It looks unreal, and you get to fight giant robot dinosaur animals. So what's not to love about that? But I expect to see that there. Now we're coming into kind of, this is more, this isn't hope, because I do want to see this, and I think it will be in this. So obviously The Last of Us Part 2 was released last year, and it was just a single player campaign. Now if you played the original Last of Us, you'll know it came with obviously the single player campaign and then a multiplayer mode called Factions, which some people, like myself, really enjoyed that multiplayer. It's a lot more slower multiplayer mode, a lot more tactics involved. You can't just run and gun really, because you'll get found out, and it's a lot more methodical. You really need to take your time, work with your team to flush out the opponents, and it was and they had this cool narrative where you synced that with your Facebook, and basically you were fighting for your camp, and if your camp needed supplies, you got supplies from doing well in the matches, and you went back and it was like, oh, Harry is feeling better now. If you've done poorly, it'd be like, oh, Harry's dead, and you're like, crap, I can't believe I just. But it would use people from your Facebook, so it would make it more personal, which I liked. Apparently, there's going to be a multiplayer game called Faction, solely dedicated to the multiplayer, and I'm looking forward to that, because I think that could be a good game. I think we could see it here. We've not heard a lot from it. I don't even know. We've just not seen a lot from it, but might be there. Yeah, this one I'm maybe expecting it to be there because we've not heard of it, and it's a big showcase of what's coming up. This one's easy. GTA 5 PS5. When the PlayStation 5 got announced, that was one of the big reveals at the beginning, was GTA 5 Online coming to PlayStation 5 in January of this year. Hasn't happened, so yeah, it's going to be there. But GTA 5 just maybe with some more higher res graphics and better loading times, because the loading times in GTA 5 is or GTA 5 Online, a bit grim, which is understandable because it's a huge map. But I'm excited. I mean, I play GTA Online quite a bit, and I really enjoy the game. I think it is I mean, say what you want about microtransactions and all that, it's the biggest piece of entertainment media out there. It is huge, the most profitable piece of entertainment there's ever been, GTA 5. So hats off to them. and I expect to see the PlayStation 5 here. Kenna comes out at the end of this month, so I expect to see a little show in there. Game I'm really looking forward to. Looks very Pixar-y with kind of that Legend of Zelda vibe, Breath of the Wild kind of look to it. So looking forward to that as well. That'll be there. And then kind of going off what I expect from PlayStation, I expect to see a lot more indies. There was some indies in the PlayStation 5 showcase that we've not seen. There were some really, really good ones. Like, I think it was The Little Devil Inside that I really, really wanted to play. I don't even know if, I hope that's not out. Make myself look stupid, but want to see more stuff like that. More independent games, smaller scale games, just to kind of bolster the bigger stuff. And give us some weird stuff as well, you know. Give us some weird, wacky stuff in there. So moving on to kind of what's not going to be there. We know no PSVR is going to be there, PSVR 2, which I'm disappointed about, but I expect them to do a PlayStation VR showcase where they sit you down, they show you the headset, show you some of the big games coming out for it. And yeah, I mean, it's understandable. And I'm kind of glad because it means that PlayStation VR release date is just a little bit further on, just gives me a little bit more time to save, which is good because I'm going to have to get it. I shouldn't get it, but I'm going to have to get it. So this is where we enter the fantasy land, all right? This is where no basis, no facts, just what I want or what I hope, what my dreams are for this PlayStation showcase. What I think, yeah, basically my hopes and dreams. So, number one, new Infamous. Now, Ghost of Tsushima just upraised or got an upgrade for PlayStation 5. They released some DLC, so they've probably not been working on a new Infamous game. However, Infamous 1 was a good game. Infamous 2 was a great game. Infamous Second Son was a good game. And I think that with what we've saw from the Marvel kind of side of things, there is a lack of good superhero games. With obviously Batman taking a step back, not being shown, not having a game again. Obviously Gotham Knights doesn't look that interesting to me because it's another live service, but there's a void there for a superhero game where you get to play with some crazy powers, like the neon powers, the TV powers were fun, the concrete, it was all, like the fact that you could switch and change was just fantastic. And I think we need a new Infamous game. So Sucker Punch, if you're listening, let's get on it. Come on, new Infamous game at the PlayStation 5 showcase. New Killzone game. Now this is a franchise that has been, I think, underutilized by Sony. I mean, obviously Guerrilla went on to create Horizon, which has been a great success for them. But Killzone has always had a following, a really hardcore following. Killzone 2 was my first game, one of the first demos I played for the PlayStation 3. Killzone 2, good game. Killzone 3 was a really good game. Killzone, what was the one for the PlayStation 4, the launch title? Shadowfall, was a good game. I think they could have built on that. They've always tried to get a Halo shooter, like one as good and as popular as Halo. When they've had Killzone this whole time, and I think it's again crying out. PlayStation 5 is crying out for that dedicated first-party shooter, which Killzone is. Killzone just feels a bit heavier, a bit like Battlefield, where it's a bit more, again, methodical, a bit slower, but the gunfights are still pretty intense, and the maps and the concept of their main multiplayer mode, where it's kind of you get dropped in and it's different, like. So it's essentially you get 5 rounds, and one could be like capture the flag, one could be domination, one could be team deathmatch. I love that style because it keeps it varied. So new Killzone, the single player for Shadowfall was really good. I'm so gutted they never built on that, and then obviously the graphics are pretty damn impressive for Killzone, always have been. So new Killzone game, that is what we want. I can't even read my own writing here. Oh. Very personal one, this one. New Jack and Daxter. Now, I'm not even going to say it. I know you would say that there's no chance because we're putting it out there. New Jack and Daxter, a full game, not a racing one, a full new open world game. I mean, with the success of Ratchet and Clank, and what was the other one? I'll just go Ratchet and Clank just now, and maybe that'll come back to me. But Ratchet and Clank shows that you can bring back this kind of older style of game, and it do really well. And I think, I mean, Naughty Dog have obviously got their hands full with The Last of Us and Uncharted. Might not be doing Uncharted anymore. See what they have coming out. But a new Jack and Daxter game is what we need. We need a kind of closure to that story. It's just a personal thing. I love the first 3 games were so good to me. The first game in particular was really one of the ones that I've played that so many times. The first one, probably completed it about 20 times. First game I actually 100%ed. Fun fact for you, getting all the power orbs or whatever you call them. But new Jack and Daxter game is needed, I believe, and I hope to see it at the PlayStation Showcase. Again, this is just fantasy booking. This is me putting out into the ether what I would put in the PlayStation 5 Showcase. Again, keep calling it PlayStation 5. It's just called the PlayStation Showcase, isn't it? Oh, look, speaking of Ratchet and Clank, there it is. That just shows you how far back this was. I just picked the first video that came up on my YouTube channel just to kind of give you something to. And the final one, new IPs. I think Ghost of Tsushima showed that you can create a new IP. Horizon shows that you can create an IP and have it be a great success. I like it when it's easy to stay in that lane of like Naughty Dog could have stuck with Uncharted and probably done very well. Guerrilla could have stuck with Killzone. Sucker Punch could have stuck with Infamous, and I had really good games throughout that. But I like it when they go outside the box. They think that different. Like Ghost of Tsushima is such a good game. Unbelievably good game. Same with Horizons. Maybe I put Horizon a little bit lower than Ghost of Tsushima, and then The Last of Us. So new IPs, please, from our big developers that are out there. Look at Returnal this year. Returnal came out to great fanfare. Still to complete Returnal, unfortunately. It is a great game. I just don't have the time to sit down and actually play it. But I love new IPs. I love seeing developers take risks. And apparently, David Jaffe, who created God of War, yeah, I think he did, he put out a tweet about a new IP coming out that is going to blow people's minds. So I'm very excited for that. And that is it really. I mean, I've went down my list. Don't need that anymore. So PlayStation 5 Showcase is tomorrow. I will be doing a live reaction to it on my Twitch. Muzz GNG. No, twitch.tv/MuzzGNG if you want to come and hang out. I believe it starts at 9 o'clock. So come over, hang out, and let's talk about it. If you've got anything you want to see in the PlayStation 5 Showcase, please let me know. Let's have a conversation down in the comments. If you think my suggestions are absolute rubbish, let me know. Let me know whatever you think. But that is it. So I'm going to stop the video here. Hopefully you can join me for the live reaction, which I will also put up on my YouTube channel. So with all that said, all that's left to say is, what I've just forgot my thing. My catchphrase at the end of every video is, I just went blank. My brain is just gone. Oh, any thoughts, comments, general hostile remarks, leave them below. Thank you very much. Bye bye.